Man stands as the epitome of divine creation, a living testament to the boundless potential within the cosmos. In every heartbeat, a symphony of God's own design. In every breath, a whisper of eternity's vast expanse. We are the dreamers and the dreamed, the sculptors and the clay, forged in the crucible of stardust and spirit. In our eyes, the reflection of the infinite, a glimpse into the mysteries that lie beyond the veil of the known. Our hands shape worlds, our minds unravel the threads of the universe, weaving tapestries of possibility and wonder. We are the vessels of the divine, bearing within us the spark of creation itself, the very essence of all that is and all that could be. We walk the path between heaven and earth, our souls a bridge spanning the chasm between the mortal and the eternal. In our striving, we reach for the stars, not merely as distant lights in the sky, but as kindred spirits calling us to remember our celestial heritage. Each dream, a beacon guiding us closer to our true nature, each aspiration, a step towards the divine within. Man, the culmination of God's grand vision, the embodiment of all that is possible and that is yet to be. We are the dreams made of flesh, the guardians of potential, the harbingers of destiny that stretches beyond the horizon of imagination. In us, the divine finds expression, and through us, the universe beholds its own reflection. I believe the most major component to man is to recognize the amount of prosperity, the amount of culmination of just advancement, even so, evolution within our kind, within our very essence, within our very being, to essentially immortalize that status as a man, and to recognize the divinity as a man, to be placed here within this universe, within this mainframe, and truly have a definitive meaning and purpose as a creator, as a co-creator with time itself. That in itself is a gift. I believe we lose sight of our importance and our significance as that gift, right? Being the gift himself, and for the ladies herself. But in all respects, we are the foundational ones who lay down the brick patterns. We lay down the blueprint. We build up from the blueprint and architecturalize, if that is a word, lack for better words, our reality and the scope, the spectrum of which we are headed. Ultimately, this dream that is being compounded out of our creativities, out of our identities, out of our ideations, out of the scenarios we create among one another, we are building towards an epitome of something. And I believe that this epitome essentially is what is going to speak to us at the end of the day as our identified divinity. Us as men, we cannot hold ourselves back upon dreams. We have to recognize where we stand in our unity as a brotherhood and essentially as a oneness within the expanse of space, right? You ought to know that you are stardust. You are star stuff. I am stardust. I am star stuff. And in accordance with the way time works and in accordance with physics and all these things of a such of being, we are essentially within the mainframe and, so to speak, in alignment with time and existence and space itself. When we recognize our unification as man and our sense of oneness, our ability to be amalgamated into something greater beyond our greatest perceptions of our doubts and into the heightened capacities of our confidences and spiritual capabilities and even our skill sets, you will find that initially we are woven in, yes, a collective divine nature that we are still figuring out as we walk forward as men of the land. It is worth noting that we have to come together as men and to stop trying to size each other up so strongly and start recognizing the counterproductivity, the counter ability to actually persevere with what we want to achieve when we create a competitive system. For one, our economy has become a mess, obviously, because of this. And just the dog eat dog command of reality is what is holding us back, essentially. It's not to say you can't be a strong man without war. In fact, you can be a very strong man. You can be the most powerful out there. You can be a very harnessed, well-driven, confidently spoken, well-mannered, strong man, and capable and able to fight if he needs to fight. But other than that, you should not place within your conviction, within your intention, to find integrity in war. And it's a deep topic, obviously. It's not something I want to go down the rabbit hole too far down, but I want to tell you this one thing, is that you are essentially a being of, I want to tell you, serenity, for one, tranquility. You are peaceful warriors. You are also somebody that a woman will find extremely attractive if she knows your capability, your abilities, and your skill sets, while you still hold within you, it's just a very powerful essence of self-control, of discipline, and resiliency, right? That alone, those three things amalgamate and show what, not just what divinity is, but your authority and your sense of power as a man, in your masculinity, and your highest format of empowerment can be found in those three things, because that is what is going to allow you to persevere. It's going to allow you to speak your message, to say something that is beyond the dynamics of the world, where wisdom comes into play, and you can essentially just cross off those problems you're facing and really focus on what is the framework of what I am looking at. How do I figure out the ingredients? And from there, how do I become who I'm becoming, ultimately? I know it's a wraparound. It is a wraparound for some, while for others, I'm sure it resonates very deeply, and I hope it does for you, honestly. You know, one of the biggest problems that men face is a situation of pride, right? J. Cole once said, "Pride is the devil," literally. And that is what is tearing us apart as men. It is giving us the lack of ability to understand one another. We gain no spectrum. We gain no envoy, no partnership, no brotherhood out of the stance of pride, right? When we have pride within us, we are no longer a student, but we are someone that is forcing ourselves to be a lessoner, to be a so-called teacher. When that's not always the case, you should always be a student to life while also remaining steadfast in teaching. I believe the most powerful and profound thing about brotherhood is the ability to pull someone up even when you know you don't have to. But you do it anyways because you know there's a heart in them, you know there's a heart in you, something you both share, and you can empathize with the fact that we just all deserve to breathe. And you know, it might strike some strings when it's like, you know, you have so many brothers holding each other down to say, why should this man breathe? Or why should that man breathe? And I can essentially tell you that if you break someone that's broken, they're going to keep bleeding over everything, right? They're not going to know how to get back up because you keep kicking them. So, you know, my quality advice I can give to you in all confidence as possible is to look out for your brothers, right? That is an essential aspect to life. I want you to really gain scope on that, meditate on that, and really empower your heart to understand who you are on a core level in the aspects of the divinity of man. And look, I get it. You know, people have their old reserves when it comes to spiritual beliefs, so to speak, regarding man and his stance and his condition in comparison to God. But ultimately, I look at the collective nature. One man's truth holds up another man's lack of awareness of that truth. And that other man that has the lack of awareness in that man's truth has a truth of his own to share with another who's lacking awareness in this truth. So we have a shared project going on as man, and that shared project is what is going to amount us to our divinity. And that, I can tell you, is the ultimate mission for us as men. And I believe that as creators, we have shown and exemplified the amount of mystique, the amount of mysteriousness, the amount of spirit embedded within the physics of time. And even the quantum mechanics for all you nerds out there. I'm just playing about the nerd section. But, yeah, you've got it in you to just kind of persevere. And I want you to really take notice of that, to really understand what that means. Your responsibility as a man, your ability as a man to incorporate yourself with the fixture of us all as a man. And I invite you on board to be stronger than you were yesterday as a man. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you for listening. Have a just amazing day. You've got this. Yeah, thanks for listening. This is King Lionheart, aka Richard Ryu. Glad to have you here with me today again. What I'd like you to do is go to my Instagram, right? Instagram.com/Richard Daniel Brown. There you go. Get me there. Follow me. Feel free to reach out. DM me if you'd like. You can hit me up on X as well at Mana Points. That's Mana with 2 N's in there. MANNA Points. And that's on X. You can reach me at there. You can hear some other opinions on things I value and share, things I learn from and such. It's a little bit of a wrap around on there, but there's a lot to learn about me there and what I have to share. And my YouTube channel is available too. Link is in the description of the podcast. And have a splendid night, a splendid day, wherever you are. Thank you.